Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and this is Roxy's weekly challenge that I have decided to do a few of those because I found the ephemera, because she mostly does ephemera and that's my jam. So I saw some of her videos and I was itching to start the series, but I was so caught up in other projects I could not. But I don't know how many I will be able to do. So obviously I'm going to give it a try, and this is going to be Roxy's weekly challenge number 30, because I'm trying to go back. So I've done 31, then I'm doing 30, and then I'm going to do 29, and also I'm going to try and keep up with the ones that she's doing. So she has probably she had those promissory notes she had done these with. Those long booklets. I have done one and I was immediately I was hooked, like I had to do this, I thought. So what I did, she had put tabs on these pockets, so what I've done is I have made them as staggered pockets, so you can put things inside these pockets. I don't have anything yet, so I have used this paper is from My Porch Prints, and this is her newsprint paper pack or something. It only has some papers, I think 5 or 6 papers, no, probably more than that, I'm not sure. I'll just put a link to this below in the description box. And this is an image from my garden birds kit that I've used some stamps and just used a burlap twine, so that I can close it. That's it, nothing else. So I decided to make some, and I started this video. This is the second attempt. First attempt, I don't know, something went wrong, so I had to delete the video. I was not in frame, which is so typical. I'm trying to do this once again, so you have to bear with me, ladies. Sorry for all the trouble that I put you through. So I have used one of my digitals that it's called Butterflies and Blossoms, and I had just sliced the paper into 2. Now what I usually do is I use a digital for these kind of projects, and I will just fold it lengthwise. Okay, I'll just fold it lengthwise and I'll just slightly, I'm going to score it. Okay, so I'll have sort of a mix of images on both sides, and now the only thing I will do is I'm going to slice this up. So just a second. So I'm going to slice this up. I'm just going to use my ruler. You can do whatever. So I have these 2 strips. Okay, so now is the time when I'm going to fold them. Now I try and make sure, if I have a writing, I want this to go right side up, so I'm going to turn this and see how it goes. So I'm going to add this. It's looking pretty nice already. It has that butterfly, and I'm not measuring this, guys. I just eyeball this. No, I'm not going to stitch this also, which is so unlike me. I like to stitch everything, so I'm going to use this as the the bottom half. So I'm going to fold it into 3s. You have seen Rachel do, and so many others who have joined this challenge. It's so wonderful to be a part of this. I really wanted to join this at the beginning of the year, but I was so caught up I couldn't. But okay, better late than never. So I have these done. So now is the time when I'm going to create the pockets. Okay, now what I do is I take a neutral type paper, and I have taken off the edges, and I'm going to fold it in 3s because I want 3 pockets. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in 3s and see Now if it's a little bit less or more, it doesn't matter, because you can always trim them off. So I'm just going to guesstimate rather how much I need, and then I can just slice them up, or you can just measure and cut. It's totally your call. So I'm not a person big on measurements, so I'm just going to take off this part, which is way bigger than I wanted. So this, okay, and then I have this. So I'm going to, yeah, so the actual measurement that I'm following is 3.5. So 3.5 is the best according to the size that I'm working on. So I'm going to take off a little bit from here. Okay, so more or less everything is same. Now what to do? Now we are going to fold these. Again, I will make sure that each of them, so I'm going to fold them, even though it doesn't matter, but it does matter to me. So I'm going to fold them like so. So let's keep this one as the back one, and this one as the front one, and this is the middle one. Okay, so as you can see, if I put them like so, they will have this staggered back also. I can't have that, so I have to trim it from the top. So I will not trim it. What I'll do is I'll just fold this so that you'll have a stronger lip part. So I'm just going to use some glue. You can use glue stick. Okay, and then I'm going to use some glue over here. Hopefully we'll finish this within 25 minutes. So this is the first pocket done. Now we need to see where I want my second pocket. So once I decide the second pocket, and I will be able to see where I want my second pocket to be. So I want that to be here. So again, this is all guesstimating, no measurement, nothing, super easy. You can just fold this. This time we are doing a little bit more than the first one because we want this to stagger. So now you can look how it's. So I'm just going to add this, a little bit of glue, and you can add tabs also. That would look super cool, but I've just decided not to do that. So this is the last one. So I want this to be here. So I'm going to put this over here and see how much I need to fold. So I want this to be around here. I don't want this to be so thick. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take off a little bit. You won't be able to see the rough edge because it's going to go inside, and just fold this. Now I can do it so quickly because of Rachel's video, because her video has been immensely helpful to do this more quickly. And yeah, so that's done, and you can stitch this at this point of time, but I don't want to. So what I can do is one thing I can do is I can stitch on the sides, so I'll get all of them lined up. So let's do that. I'll just pause the video and come back. Okay, so I have not stitched the sides. Just a minute, let me sit down in my squeaky chair. I have decided not to stitch the sides because then I realized that we will not have the flexibility of an accordion pocket. So it will not move freely because the attachment should only be at the middle. So I've glued down the pocket sides and the tops, as you can see, and I'm just going to glue them in the middle, and then we're going to just put these. Now I have, that's okay, so I need to trim the sides a little bit, that's okay, and I'm going to put this over here. So let me make sure that I'm doing this the right way, because otherwise you can have your pockets somewhere down, opening downwards, so that's not acceptable. So it is a little bit wonky, much to my distaste, but anyways, let's see how this goes in. So I'm going to put this over here, close this. Okay, so I'm just going to glue the back. So I'm not going to glue entirely, just a tiny strip of glue. Put this inside. I think it's okay because I do want some space at the side. If I don't like that, I can always trim that off. And here is the pocket ready. Now I need to punch something. I have not used an eyelet, so I'm just eyeballing. Okay, and I will use my jute twine thingy. Maybe because I have plans of putting down a stamp over here just to strengthen this and add a little bit of embellishment. So what I'll do is I'll put down a stamp here and it's going to look cool. So these are some printable stamps that I had in my stash. I don't know from where I bought them. Okay, so here actually this also works as a coverage because I have not pierced the hole right at the center. So I can just measure this. This is 4 inches, around 4 inches. So I'm going to have to pierce somewhere here, punch a hole here. So I'm going to take this. Okay. And here I have my twine. I can just pass this through this. Okay, so one down. This is probably going to take a little bit of time because it has so many pockets. So this is the first one. We'll probably do another one. So we'll see how we manage. So the next one that I have here is again this one, and for this I'm taking some neutral paper that I have in my stash. This is pretty neutral. This is from a shop which is called Journal Boat. I did buy a few stuff from her shop quite a while back, but I didn't use them in any projects. Nothing. I was mostly busy either designing or doing some design team work, so I was not making journals as such. So probably I should start making some journals again. So this is the blankish paper sort of thing. You can use any paper for that matter. sorry, so here I will chop this off into 3 sections. Okay, so the best size that works for me is, I'm going to measure this first. So this is exactly 4. So I think 3.5 is the best size for me. I'm going to go with 3.5. 3.5 inches is the best. Then I'll have enough, space at the sides, and I can just, yeah. So 3.5 is my size chosen. So I'm going to cut 3 portions out of this because I want 3 pockets. So I think I messed up in this one. Okay. I made a mistake in the measurement. I took 3.25. So let's see. So this is 3.5, 2 of this, and okay, so we're going to use it in a different way. I'll show you. Nothing is going to waste. So we are going to use 3.5. So again, the same thing, fold this. So if you want, you can just trim that also, the extra bit that you have. You don't have to have that lip. So you can do that. So I'm going to measure this at 3.5. That is 7. 3.5 and 3.5. So I'm going to have, see how we have to improvise 3.5. So this is the measurement, and then I'm going to fold this and take off this extra bit. Okay, so this is 3.5. Okay, done. So now this time I'm going to show you a different variation. I'm not going to fold the edges. What I'll do is I'm going to just chop the tops off. Chop the tops off. How does it sound? So this is going to be the tallest one, and then I'm going to take off a little bit. So this is going to be the smallest one, and let me, just a second. So this is going to be the smallest one, so probably I need to take off a little bit. I can put this in the middle. No, I need to. So this is a little bit wider than I would like. Anyways, we'll make it work. So I will add only 2 pockets for this. I'm not going to add any more because let's see what happens. So I'm going to take off a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to add like this. Okay, and then I have this one. This one is the 3rd pocket, which is going to go in like this. Okay, so I'm going to chop off the extra bit. So I'm going to chop off. Now you can ink these, but these are like mass making, so I will probably stay away from inking right at the front. Then later on, maybe if possible, then I'll do it. So here is the first one, the second one, and the 3rd one. So here is our pocket done. So now let's do one thing. Let's close these pockets up. So we have this side already folded, so I'm going to glue this side a little bit and close this. Then I'm going to open this, glue on this side, glue on this side. It's done. and then we're going to work on this. Glue on this side, glue on this side. You can stitch, but probably that should be separately, not together. That's what came into my mind, because we are gluing the pockets separately, so you can have the stitched effect if you so want, but you'll have to do it separately. So you can add like this. So I'm going to glue the middle part and just put these together. You can embellish these pockets if you want, because in this case the bottom had to be glued, and I totally forgot about that because we had the orientation in a different way. It's okay. So we have the staggered pocket done, and now we need to put this inside this. So I'm going to just glue the back. It's super cloudy and rainy out here, it's raining like the world's going to end. My trimmer is just falling off. So we have this done. Again, over here I'm going to add a little bit of a stamp. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to give that rustic look. So some blue stamp over here, looks nice. And you can stitch the tie also, but it's just that I'm not doing that. And I need to, make sure that I'm doing this at the center, more or less at the center. Just let me eyeball this. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's okay. So again, we have the jute rope. You can tie a lace also if you're working on some lacy kind of journal, but I'm not, so let's keep it this way. So we have finished too with a lot of hiccups along the way, because I was unprepared for the pitfalls that were around the way, that were along the way. So it was my fault. So that's it. So we have this one, then we have this one, and a messy desk, of course. When you're working on things like this, it's difficult, So I finished this one and also this one. So let me clear the space out. Okay, close this. So we have this one, and this one. So we've done 3. So I think I will do a few more. Keep it in my stash, because I will be working on some journals very soon. So thank you everybody for watching this. Bye. Have a great day.